Hello Fanatics, I'm Dylan Phillips and let's talk about Season 1 of Amazon's Jack Ryan. First we'll tell you our recap of the show, followed up by a review, and then we'll finish off with telling you if it's worth the watch. Created by Carlton Cuss and Graham Rowland, Jack Ryan follows the story of CIA analyst and doctor of economics Jack Ryan, who uses his military past and innate intelligence to piece together the dangerous plots of international threats to security. So, recap time. The main story of Season 1 revolves around desk-bound CIA analyst Jack Ryan, who discovers a string of suspicious bank transfers in the Middle East. Under his new boss James Greer, Ryan is sent overseas where he comes face to face with rising Islamic terrorist Musa bin Suliman. This encounter starts a game of cat and mouse between Ryan and Suliman as he hopes to get into the mind of the terrorist and thwart his plans to save the world. With Suliman always one step ahead, could a woman in a refugee camp claiming to be his wife be the key to defeating him? First off, I was really surprised by how high this show's production value was. That and the direction show a real investment by Amazon into this series, and that is the type of quality that this series definitely needs. It gives off the tone of spy thrillers like Body of Lies, The Kingdom, or Green Zone, but it's most similar to the hit TV series Homeland. If those are up your alley, then this is the right show for you. Beyond the actual production, this show has a lot going for it, thanks to some stellar performances and writing. The show's short first season finds itself standing above others in this genre because of its very compelling antagonist, Suliman. The Islamic extremist who wants to destroy the West is the most overused trope in 21st century spy stories, but the showrunners are able to create an empathetic villain with an intriguing backstory. This storyline helps give a detailed perspective of Suliman and his family beyond the bad guy that blurs the line between right and wrong, just and unjust. This is seen not only through the loving yet menacing Suliman, but his equally loving yet terrified wife, Haneen. Beyond the antagonist, the other characters that stand out are definitely the leads, Jack Ryan and James Greer, who have this great buddy cop dynamic that goes on throughout the season. They're constantly butting heads on their intellect and their decision making, but when it comes down to it, they know to put aside their differences and get the job done. And I can't wait to see how this dynamic grows in next season. I particularly enjoyed how Krasinski's Ryan is most like Harrison Ford's, in that he's a realistic and vulnerable hero. Abbie Cornish as Jack Ryan's love interest is fun to watch, but I just couldn't be convinced by the chemistry between them. To be honest, it was a little stale. The story is equally as brilliant as it delivers non-stop thrilling and emotional scenes that make it difficult not to binge the whole season in one sitting. The backstory of both Ryan and Suliman help accent the struggles these men have faced, and how it has also shaped the men into what they've become. By showing Suliman as a flawed character, it creates an almost co-protagonist, making it easy to understand his actions despite if they're morally wrong. Out of everything in this season, I'd have to say that the story also has the most issues, as it doesn't dive enough into Suliman's backstory, giving us why he's doing these things and his motivation, as well as I would have liked to see his relationship with Haneen and how it started. Instead, they decide to focus on a drone pilot subplot that never really ties into the main story in a satisfying manner. If the showrunners were so focused on creating 8 episodes rather than 6, it would have been better if they focused more on Suliman's backstory and continued to make him an empathetic villain rather than this drone subplot. In the last 2 episodes, decide to throw away the empathetic villain in place of incredible action sequences, which are great, I will give them that, but because they do that, they decide to use the old overused trope of CIA good, terrorist bad, and it completely neglects everything that happened in the previous 6 episodes. So, with the thoughts heard, here's our final word. This season of Jack Ryan is an explosive and action-packed spy drama that proves that this series was meant for the small screen. While it runs a little long with some filler storylines, the impeccable direction, engaging and charismatic cast, well-rounded and flawed characters, and heart-pounding, thought-provoking story make for one of the best seasons of a spy thriller series in recent years. Jack Ryan is back. From its high-quality production to its smart storytelling, this season feels like if Homeland and Body of Lies had a love child, so I'm gonna say it's definitely worth the watch. And that's our recap and review of Season 1 of Jack Ryan. If you've seen it, what did you think, and was it worth the watch? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Dylan Phillips, and thanks for watching. If you liked this video and you want to see more, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Check out our latest If You Liked video, where we recommend movies similar to the film Crazy Rich Asians. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. And until next time, Fanatics, keep it real.